Hi there, you're welcome to Demi RX Care channel where we talk about medications and how to use them properly. So today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topic, which is sunscreen and sunburn, and how do we take care of our skin that way we don't get sunburn as much. All right, if this is your first time on our page, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. That way you're able to get alerts whenever we post our other educating videos. All right, so back to today's topic. So we're talking about sunburn. So what is sunburn? So sunburn is like a skin reaction due to excessive exposure to sunlight. So you may have noticed a sunburn from laying out in the sun too much. Maybe you went to the beach. Also, when the sunburn occurs, it happens when the sun actually penetrates the skin, and what happened is that our red blood cells get leaked from the capillaries, so we get like redness and swelling due to the sunburn, as well as pain and itching as well due to that irritation on the skin. So the skin redness is usually at the worst during the 12 to 24 hours after that sun exposure. So you may start to feel those symptoms after 12 to 24 hours after excessive exposure to sunlight. Also, when it comes to our skin replenishing and getting another new skin creation, it usually takes about 2 to 3 days for that sunburn to clear out and for a new skin, to replenish that old skin for it to shed. All right. And so how do you prevent sunburn? So sunburn can be prevented by wearing protective clothing, making sure you're wearing sunglasses, long pants, like a wide brimmed hats. If you're going to be out in and about, during, the hours of the day where the sun is really, where you're going to be really exposed to the sun, making sure you're wearing those clothing to kind of help prevent the excessive sun exposure. Also, making sure you're avoiding tan and salons. Make sure that you're staying in the shade as well. And lastly, making sure that you're wearing sunscreen. So why is sunscreen so important? All right, sunscreen can protect against that sunburn or tanning that you get usually around the summertime. All right, sunscreen can also help you reduce that UV, which is ultraviolet induced skin aging or immune suppression. All right, and sunscreen also help reduce the risk of getting skin cancers or tumors. So what do we need to know about sunscreen? There are two types of sunscreens. We have the organic sunscreens and we have the inorganic sunscreens. So the organic sunscreens are like your oxybenzone, your avobenzone, as well as the octinoxate, and these work by absorbing and blocking the UV, which is the ultraviolet rays, from transmitting into the skin. The inorganic sunscreen are your sunscreens such as the zinc oxide, the titanium dioxide, which kind of reflects and scatters the UV rays from transmitting into your skin, and this usually appear white on the skin when it's applied. The inorganic sunscreen covers and provide protection against the UVA as well as the UVB rays. All right, so what are some sunscreen and how does it protect? So sunscreen, like I said, is a chemical that kind of protect your skin from sun damage. Although the sun is very important in helping our body make those vitamin D, just like any other thing, excessive exposure to the sun may cause sunburn and increase our risk for cancer. Okay, so what are some of what are the two types of UV ultraviolet rays that affect the skin? So we have the UVA, which burns the deeper layer of the skin and kind of increases the aging of the skin, and we have the UVB, which burns the outer layer of the skin and may cause sunburn. So what is you may have heard of SPF when choosing a sunscreen over the counter. So what does that sunscreen SPF number actually mean? So the SPF is a measure of the UVB protection. So like I said, the sunscreen is kind of there to help The SPF number is to tell you how much of an ultraviolet B protection that you're going to get in order to avoid that sunburn. So let's say, for instance, your skin usually burns within 5 minutes of exposure without sunscreen when you're in sunlight. All right. If you apply a SPF of 30, then it would increase the time it takes for your skin to burn to about 150 minutes. So if you are a type of person that your skin usually burn within 10 minutes of excessive exposure to sun, and you apply an SPF of 30, then it will increase the amount it takes for that skin to burn about 300 minutes. Okay, so usually the SPF is normally not a direct, accurate depiction of how long it's going to take for your skin to burn. That's why you want to make sure that you're reapplying that sunscreen every 2 hours. So usually you want to apply the sunscreen 15 to 30 minutes before the sun exposure. It could go up to like an hour before you go out in the sun. And although the sun may not be out when you go out, there is still those ultraviolet ray exposure that you can get even when it's cloudy outside. So it doesn't have to be super sunny for you to get a sunburn. If you go outside and it's still cloudy, there's still those ultraviolet rays that you may get exposed to that can cause the sunburn if you're spending, too much time out. All right, so if the activity you'll be doing requires a lot of sweating and swimming, you want to make sure that you're applying that sunscreen every 40 to 80 minutes, depending on what time it states on the bottle that you grab over the counter for the sunscreen. All right, so like I said, I'm going to post some of the sunscreen types that we have, such as the inorganic agents as well as the organic UVA filters, also the inorganic UVA filters that may be applied, so you can kind of know which one is the organic type and the inorganic type. All right, both medications work similarly, but like I said, the inorganic one just works differently by providing protection against UVA and UVB, and also reflect and scatter that UV rays from transmitting to your skin. The organic one absorbs and actually blocks that UV rays from transmitting to skin. So depending on what function you're going for, that would determine which one that you want to pick between the organic and the inorganic type. All right, I hope this video was helpful regarding which sunscreen to follow, and also, what that SPF number actually means when you grab a sunscreen over the counter. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, and I hope to see more of you. Make sure you hit your like and subscribe button in order to get more alerts anytime we post our other educating videos. Thank you and stay blessed.